That's a 2014 Chevy Sonic. We got it up on blocks. Well, not that one, there's a jack there, but there's blocks everywhere else. We are getting this prepared. We're gonna paint my wife's wheels pink for now and get that started. So let's get out here over into the field, well, our front yard, and get them painted. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna SOS them, get any of the excess road grime or whatever off of them, and that'll help to start scratching them, and then we'll decide whether we're going to wet sand them. These are 15-inch stock wheels. This will be a temporary fix, or temporary pink, because we're saving up to buy her some rims and we don't want to wait. So we're going to go ahead and do this now. Alright, we got them SOS'd and wet sanded. Now we're waiting for them to dry. What you're wanting to see, it's going to be hard to see in the video, but you're wanting all of the original like gloss finish to be scratched down so that there's nothing shiny on it anymore. And it doesn't like seriously reflect anything. That way you have a nice scratched surface and your paint will get on there. I know I already explained this all through, but I feel like there's a few things that I missed. But we're gonna let these dry really, really good. And then we tape off the valve stems and then we'll get them painted. And like I said, we're just using a rustolium American Accents Ultra cover 2 times. Yeah, see, this is berry pink, so I guess that means it's like very pink, and that's what we're gonna do these with. I've had good results out of rustolium before. My truck's done with rustolium. I don't have any problems with it. It doesn't chip unless you like scratch it, and that's like with any paint. So for a cheap way out to be able to paint your rims, that's what I suggest, is to just use rustolium. If you don't have the money, which I don't have the money to be able to take them down and get them powder coated. I'm not really a big fan of plasti dip. I know a lot of people plasti dip. I don't plasti dip because I don't plasti dip. I'm not looking to use these rims later. These are gonna be temporary because we're saving up to buy her some different rims, which the different rims we're looking at, they have accents on them, so we'll accent them pink, and we'll just use this because it works. You guys that have shops and a lot of money, it's awesome that you guys can do that. But for the rest of us guys that are out in our yards, living in mobile home parks, this is what we can afford right here. So you do what you can afford, and you appreciate what you have. And I appreciate everything that I have. So let's get these dried up, and we'll get the 3x5 cards. I'll explain that in a minute. We're also going to accent my wife's little back wing here. We're going to paint it pink as well, and it's really easy to take off. When you open up the hatch on the left, there's 2 bolts there that you'll be able to see. You go over here and there's 2 bolts on that side. Then there's a plug here and a plug there. Both of those have a bolt. It's all 10 millimeter. Then you got to take, there's 2 screws on the third light. You take those 2 screws out. When you pull that off, you'll notice right here there's 1 more bolt. Pull that bolt off, and then on the outside, just give it a little wiggle, and it'll come off really easy. The other thing we're going to accent is this top piece of the mirror right here. We're going to paint it as well to match. Eventually, I don't know if we're going to get to it today, but the chrome around the grill, we're going to paint it pink as well. One of these days, maybe we'll get to the lights and make some of that pink. And we need to get the windows tinted, but that's not going to be today. Now, my wife is wet sanding, making sure that she gets everything on the front and back all sanded down, wet sanded. No, not that, because you won't even see that. But yeah, just get it sanded. Okay, don't get the rims. Sorry, I got mad. We're waiting for these to dry so we can paint them. All right. And like I showed in my last video, take the 3x5 cards and place them in all the way around the rim. That way you don't get your tire painted. because we all know that painted tires are not just awesome. So there we go. We got these are drying. We got to tape off the valve stems. My wife's getting the wing and the mirror covers, which the mirror covers were actually really easy. You grab them on the outside corner and you just kind of pull up and it'll actually pop out all the way across and your mirrors come right out. Well, at least the cover to the mirror, not the whole mirror. And then you can paint them. See? This is where all the clippies clip in all the way around it. And then there's a main clip here and there and there. See? And then you just grab it from this edge, give it a small yank and keep pulling and it'll pop out. And then just kind of pry it up this way and it'll pop off this way. And you do both of them like that. Let me show you guys a little bit of technique here. Here's the, I'm going to take the can and I'm going to go at an angle here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move, I'm just going to give it a little spray. And then what I'm doing is I'm walking around it so I can get one direction on one side so I can get in between those grooves. But I'm not trying to put anything heavy on it just yet because I need to get the outside part of the rim, the inside part of the rim. And you notice I'm not keeping it in one spot. And I'm not keeping it constantly on. Alright, so let's go the other way now. We'll work our way all the way around the rim. Alright. Now we'll get up in the cracks. Because we want this to go evenly. You don't want it to build up and drip. This is hard to do, painting and that. Alright, now we're going to get that side and that edge and that little spot in there. This way you get even coverage all the way around in between all the grooves. Then, once you get your coverage, you don't want to stay in one spot for too long. And you want to keep this fanning and moving. See how fast I'm moving my hand? Because if it stays in one spot, it's going to build up too much. And it's so hot out here, this is drying almost on contact. It'll wear you out doing this, but it's worth it. Now I'm going to do a little bit of extra buildup. That's to protect it. Might need another can of this. But keep an eye on it, because you don't want it to build up too much. Go around the outside edge here. And make sure your forehead don't drip onto the tire or onto the wheel or onto anything, because that'll mess up that paint. And there it is. I'll let it dry a little bit. This is turning out almost like a satin. It's not going to be like a flat. I'm a little disappointed in it, but my wife likes the finish. It almost looks sparkly. So there's my technique on how I spray the rims. I'm going to go back over this one more time. I'm going to let this go like that. And then I'll go back over it one more time. I want enough buildup on it to where once it dries and hardens, it's not going to be real easy to scratch that off. And if you put enough coats on it, it'll be harder to scratch. Especially like going down a road and rocks come up and hit it and whatnot. Whew. Now I'm hot. See, just walking around it, I was dry. I just come out the house. But we got two more and then we'll be done. Here we go. Use the same technique on all your other parts. That way it all comes out real nice. Okay, there's the mirrors and the rims and the wing. That should accent nicely. We'll let this sit for a couple, 2 or 3 hours, and then we'll come out here and put everything back on. There we go. Pink mirrors, pink wheels, and a pink wing. I'm not completely happy with the wing. I think there's a little too much humidity outside today, so you can see some of the lines on it. Right now it's okay. I'll have to take it off. I don't know if you guys can see right. I don't know if I can get the right angle on it. You guys might be able to see it. But my wife's happy, so that's what counts. She's got her pink wheels. These are, like I said, it's going to be temporary. For right now, we've got other plans and ideas going on in our head for everything else that we might be doing to the... It's just been so dang hot. It's hard to work on stuff when you're freaking soaked from head to toe. I'm gonna get my hat on straight. But yeah, I'm freaking soaked. I went after my wife. I was all wet. I had my shirt hanging in the living room so that it would dry. Well, it didn't dry. It's all wet, and I put it on. And then I go after my wife. And I'm like giving her hugs and rubbing on her. And she about puked, huh?
Yes, it's nasty. Need a shower now.
She don't talk much. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Rate, comment, give us some thumbs up. Yeah, I guess I'm not going to be trying to look cool in this no more. Nope.
Was it cool with the pink bow ties?
No more cool. Well, the pink bow ties, that was one thing because it was just a little pink. But now it's got bright pink wheels and pink mirrors and pink towels inside. All right, till next time.